80 laps, Ray Haroon in number 32 was still holding third place.
In 1911, Ray Haroon made history.
At the end of 6 hours and 42 minutes, Haroon was mighty glad to be coming down the straightaway with a checkered flag.
The first winner of the Indianapolis 500.
This is Ray Haroon's office, if you will.
And the machine that put him in the history books, the Marmon Wasp.
So the Marmon Wasp is an interesting car. Not only was it built in Indianapolis, Indiana in 1909, but it also had an experimental 6-cylinder engine designed by driver Ray Haroon.
The mustard-colored racer is on display at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum.
Yeah, I mean, this machine started it all.
And curator Jason Van Sickle knows all about its place in the record books.
It actually ran a little bit slower than its competitors. Ray Haroon understood that if he ran just under 75 miles an hour, he could save tires on the rough surface of the brick, and he would not have to take as many pit stops for tires, which would make up time.
Because of slow pit work, Bruce Brown lost the lead, and Haroon went out in front at 250 miles.
Haroon designed the Marmon Wasp as a single-seater with a rear-view mirror. Both were innovative concepts at the time. Haroon would explain why, years after his historic win, in a documentary titled The Crucible of Speed, which was the first program to air on WRTV in 1949.
I figured I could save weight and get more speed by riding alone.
The first car to win the race averaged 75 miles an hour. The last car to win?
Helio Castroneves!
I think we were over 238 miles an hour. It was in qualifying, so hopefully we can hit that 240.
Four-time 500 champ Helio Castroneves is going after his 5th win this year with his speed machine.
This car is amazing. In fact, we saved from last year to this year, so it's exactly the same.
111 years later, time and space are so different. The time it takes to finish the race and the space in which the driver has to operate.
Helio holds the record, I believe just under three hours for the race last year. Ray took 6 hours and 42 minutes to complete the entire 500 miles.
And back then, a much different approach to protecting drivers.
There's no seatbelts in here. They believed that it was safer to be thrown from the vehicle than to be in it if there was an accident.
They think making a stronger car, it would be better for the driver. Over the years, obviously, it's been proved that it's the opposite. You wanted the car to be sort of absorbing the impact, which means disintegrated. So all the pieces that you see today flying all over the place, it's actually on purpose to help the impact absorb that impact. The only thing you cannot allow to do that, it's the cockpit.
You'll find low, wide tires on Helio's Indy car, different from the Marmon Wasp high, narrow Firestones.
A wooden wheel, obviously large because there's no power steering. Similar to what drivers have to deal with today, there's no power steering in Indy cars.
Helio's steering wheel is a fraction of the size, with buttons and controls.
Evolution, in all aspects, not only in the cars, but in the human being, is just continue going forward.
So it may look primitive in today's term, but this was like a spaceship compared in 1911 terms.
Two machines, the bookends of a storied tradition, with one man looking to make history once again at the 106th running of the race.
We feel very, very strong that this number 06 machine is going to be ready for another fight.